Okay, we now continue with part 2 of our lecture that will be on, the first thing is on assignment 9 about reading tokens from input file until the end of file, right? Okay, so let's go to our Blackboard and then to read until end of file. That's the what we have produced here, and so we we set up the input channel and then use has next to read until the end of file. So this will return a false when it comes to end of file, but when the file still has more, it goes on. So and then we use no, this is not next line. This is assignment 8. No, this is wrong. So let me go to assignment 9. Assignment 9 rather. Okay. And that's to process an input file token by token. Okay. You don't have to set the delimiter, that's by default there. And we use has next to read until end of file. So this is how we read it. Okay, so I have a sample program already set up here in my temp. I also moved the America.txt here as an input file, right? I can take a look at it. Right, that's the input file. So let me close it. And so let me look at the A7 tokens here. Right. Okay, this is an test file to try to read the tokens. So what I have set up is that it will just take the command line argument. It doesn't even question that, it assumes that. So if you don't provide a command line argument, this program will crash. It takes it out and it sets up as the input file. That's all. So it set up the input channel to the input file. And this is the main part. We try to test it. We do the has next, and then we if it's true, that means it has more tokens, so you can read it. And I just print it out. And then until it's go to end of file, it ends, and then it closes the channel, and then it prints out the file, and then it says end tokens. We'll set up the account here, right? So this is the sample file. And so let me set up our terminal. Get a terminal. Yep, that's our terminal. Let me make it bigger. And I have to go to our users, my name, desktop, and temp, right? And that's where I have the files and A7 tokens. It's there, but it's compiled already. But let me compile again. So A7 tokens.java. So that compiles. All right. So I said if I A7 tokens, if I don't give it a command line argument, it should crash because it will try to access it. It would cause a array subscript out of bound, right? Array index out of bound, right? If I do Java A7 tokens and give it a wrong file, right? abc.txt, no file exists, and it would also crash because it tries to open the input channel to a file. That file doesn't exist, right? So it says that file cannot find the file, so it crashed. But we have America.txt there, so if I do Java A7 tokens, America.txt, then it would read that file, print out every token, right? Yes, it prints out every tokens from here. I run it, it prints out every token. It keeps the upper or lower case, right? And now we want to modify it, right? just reading that, we should count the tokens. So we should in here do integer token count and initialize it to 0. And then once we have read it, we do token count equals to token count plus 1, right? And then before we read it, we should also change it to change it to lowercase, right? S to lowercase, so that everything would be in lowercase. And when I print it, I should also count the number. So I should do D, the token, right? And so I should, before that, I should also do a token count, right? Then we'll print it out with a token count, and then when I'm done, I should also use this D tokens and iframe number and token count, right? So it prints out the file name, and then it prints out how many tokens has been processed, right? So that's a simple thing. And so now I close this and come back here. I need to compile it again. A7 tokens.java. Right, it works right. Java A7 tokens. And then I want to process america.txt. Right, now it prints out every token from the beginning, and it still doesn't change it to upper and lower case. That's because I'm printing S and not T, I think. Let's check it. Yes, I am doing that. I'm changing it to lowercase, but then I'm printing S, so I should print T. That's the one that we want to process. Let me do it again then. Compile it again, and I run it again. And now it's all in lowercase, right? Yes, and it processed 40 tokens, right? Okay, so that we're done with this, right? So we show example of A7 tokens.java to implement what we have on Blackboard, right? Okay, so now TUE is to in A9 to maintain symbol table when processing tokens, right? So okay, so let me come here and show you. I have a symbol table.java. So let me show you that program here. And now I can close this guy. And this is the one that now I have to set this up as static. This is an array. I have to set it up with some large number so that it won't run out, right? We will learn later, well, not in this course, to learn to use array list. Then we can expand it as we go. But now we have to, once it's declared, it's fixed. And we want to count how many of this has been used. So numwords initialized to 0, right? So that's there. And this test program will not read from an input file. It would read tokens from the keyboard. So I set it up to read tokens from the keyboard, so it will keep on going while true. So this is an infinite loop, but it will read tokens, and then it will just get a token from the input from the keyboard. But if you have a special token to check that, if the token you enter is 3 dashes, not dash, this is the hyphen, 3 hyphens, and then it will break. So otherwise it will just print out the token, right? So let's check to see that this is working right. I'll come back here to Java C A7 sim tab.java. Right, okay. So if I do Java A7 sim tab, it will ask me for a token. So I can enter anything with a token A, B, C, D, E. Right, it just prints it out, P, Q, R, S, T. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so it will just, and then when I give it the special token with 3 hyphens, it will end. Right, so now we come here and see how we should process the token. Right, and it should be in here. Then we should process token. So instead of just printing it out, I will have to process the token. So now let's go to Blackboard and see to process token after token to do the count or insert, right? So we have to use count or insert, and this static method will then process, maintain the symbol table, right? In here, we will set up to run I from 0 to numwords, which is where you have used the array until the end. So at the beginning, numword is 0, so it won't even enter this array, this loop. But if it has something, it will go in and enter and compare it to the word that you process in here, and it will continue to look for it, right? Compare, but because you maintain it in alphabetical order, it will work through it, and if it's quicker, this comparison returns a number bigger than 0. So we are not there yet. We have to keep on going. So this loop goes on, and if it's less than 0, that means you go beyond the place that it should be. Then that's the place that you should insert the new symbol. Then we break. And so this part is the, but if it found it, then you found something, then it is found it's equal to 0, so it does not go through these two. And so we just increment the count, then we'll do, then we'll return, right? So if it breaks out of the loop, then we have to shift it for some space to get it done, right? So now we need to do it here. And so instead of using a different method, I will do it right here. So we'll do for I have to say integer I equal to 0, and then for I to say integer I for I equal to 0, I less than numwords I plus plus, right? So then we do what is it? Let me take a look here. Right, so I should do this part like that. Ooh. Oh, but actually I should. Actually, I should set this to S, and then string T equals to S to lower case, so that it's always in lower case. Then we use T.